Hello students, greetings of the day. This is 7th standard social science history lesson 2, emergence of new kingdom in North India, third video. Okay, yes, in our last video we saw about the Rajput is derived from the Sanskrit word Rajpudra, that means royal blood. Okay, so the word Rajput is derived from the Sanskrit word Rajputra, that means shine of royal blood. Okay, yes, there were 36 clans were listed by James Todd. Okay, the 36 clans ruled over North India in the period of Rajputs. Okay, so among these 36 clans, four were claimed a special status. Okay, four are claimed as a special status. Okay, that are Prathiharas, Chaukans, Chalukyas, Paramaras. Okay, they were belongs to the Agnikula. Okay, yes, in this video we are going to learn about the Arab conquest of Sindh and its impact. Okay, so Arab conquest of Sindh and its impact. Okay, in AD 712, Muhammad bin Qasim, who was the commander of Umayyad kingdom. Umayyad means caliph. Okay, there were two caliph. They were Umayyads and Abbasids. Okay, so Muhammad bin Qasim, he was the commander of Umayyad kingdom. Okay, invaded Sindh. Okay, Tahir, he was the king of Sindh. Okay, so Qasim defeated Tahir, he was the king of Sindh. Okay, he was the ruler of Sindh. Okay, and killed in the battle. He was defeated and killed Tahir in the battle. Okay, the capital of Sindh. Okay, Arar is the capital of Sindh. Okay, Sindh was ruled by Tahir. Okay, so Qasim defeated and killed Tahir in the battle. Okay, the capital of Arar was captured by him. Okay, Qasim extended his conquest further into Multan. Okay, so he also extended his kingdom into Multan. Okay, further into Multan. Okay, he organized the administration of Sindh. Okay, the people of the Sindh were given a status of protection subject. Okay, so there were no interference in the lives and the religious of the people. Okay, so but soon Qasim was recalled by Caliph. He was commander of Umayyad kingdom. Okay, he invaded Sindh. Okay, Tahir, he was the ruler of Sindh. Okay, so Muhammad bin Qasim, he was the commander of Umayyad Caliph. Okay, and the capital of Sindh, Arar, it was also captured by Qasim. Okay, so Tahir defeated by Qasim and killed by him. Okay, Tahir defeated and killed by Qasim. Okay, so Tahir, he was the ruler of Sindh. Okay, he also Qasim also extended his conquest further into Multan. He organized the administration of Sindh. Okay, in his kingdom, people of Sindh were treated very peacefully. Okay, in the rule of Qasim, people of Sindh were treated very peacefully. He didn't torture the people. Okay, he had religious tolerance, no restrictions about the religious practices. Okay, yes, whom ever wants any religion can be followed it. Okay, people were very protected. Okay, people were very protected. Qasim was followed religious tolerance among the people. Okay, he did not torture any people. They had no restrictions about the religious practices. Okay, so people were very protected. But soon Qasim was recalled by Caliph. Okay, after capturing Sindh, the scholars translated many Sanskrit books into their own language. Okay, that are astronomy, philosophy, mathematics and medicine. Okay, and even the numerals 0 to 9 they are learned from India. Okay, the Arabians learned numeral system from India. Okay, they learned from us 0 they learned from us in mathematics 0 to 9 they learned from India, and 0 they learned from us. Okay, before they don't know the value of 0 to 9 they learned from India. Okay, 0 they learn from us, 0 they learn from us. Okay, before they don't know the value of 0. Okay, so entering into India, before they don't know the value of 0. Okay, even they only the Arabs only European gained the knowledge in mathematics. Okay, yes, Arabs learned the game of chess only from us. Okay, yes, next we are going to learn the Muhammad of Ghazni. Okay, next we are going to see Muhammad of Ghazni. Who was he? Even for example, okay, anyone is continuously constantly fighting to achieve something, though he failed many times, they will be recalled Ghazni, because he took nearly 17 raids. He took nearly 17 times raids, captured India. All the 17 times he failed, but he came 18th time, he captured India. Okay, he took 17 raids to capture India. All the 17 times his raids, his invasion defeated by the rulers of India. Okay, on the in the 18th time he succeeded. Okay, in the 18th time he captured India. Okay, and his main motive is not only ruling India. Okay, his main motive, what is his main motive? He don't want to capture India, extend their power. Okay, he don't want extend their power. Okay, yes, ruling the India, that is not his main motive. Okay, he was blunting the wealth of India. Okay, he was whenever he take raids India, he blunting the wealth of India. Okay, that is his main motive. Okay, he don't want capture India, extend their power, ruling India, that is not his main motive. Okay, only he blunting the wealth of India. Okay, yes, in the northern part of India. Okay, so only he want to blunting the wealth of the northern part of India. Okay, yes, it was divided into many dynasties. In the northern dynasty, the northern India, it was divided into many dynasties. Okay, so Ghazni said to have conducted 17 raids in North India. Okay, so North India, it was divided into many small kingdoms. Okay, among the one was Shahi dynasty. Okay, it was captured, it was extended from Punjab to Kabul. Okay, Shahi dynasty, it was extended from Punjab to Kabul. Okay, yes. So the Shahi kingdom, it was captured by him. It was first kingdom captured by Muhammad of Ghazni, that was Shahi dynasty. Okay, the other dynasties were Kanauj, Gujarat, Kashmir, Nepal, Malwa and Bundelkhand. Okay, and initially he defeated Jayabala. He was the first ruler. Okay, he was the first ruler defeated by Muhammad of Ghazni. Okay, even 17 raids, he didn't defeat any ruler in India. Okay, yes, first king who was defeated by Ghazni, okay, was Jayabala. Okay, yes, the first ruler who was defeated by Ghazni was Jayabala in the year 1001 AD. Okay, so Muhammad of Ghazni defeated Jayabala in 1001 AD. He was the first king defeated by Muhammad of Ghajini. Okay. After his defeat, Jayabala immolted himself. Okay. Jayabala immolted himself. He thought that this defeat was disgrace. Okay. He thought the defeat was disgrace. Okay. He was succeeded by Anandabala. Okay. After Jayabala, the kingdom was succeeded by Anandabala, and Anandabala fought against Ghajini. Okay. So he was the son of Jayabala. Anandabala, he was the son of Jayabala. He also fought against Ghajini, but he was also defeated by Ghajini. Okay. Yes. 1011 he blunted the entire part of North India. Okay. In 1011 he blunted the entire part of North India, Daneshwar, Punjab, Naharkot in Punjab and Daneshwar in Delhi. Okay. In 1018 the holy city of Mathura was also attacked and blunted by him. Okay. In 1018 he blunted the holy city of Mathura. Okay. And also attacked Kannauj. When he blunted the holy place Somnath, okay, Somnath temple was blunted by him in 1024. Okay. The Somnath ideal was broken by him. Okay. The holy place Somnath, okay, the idol was broken by him. Okay. The idol was broken by Ghajini. Okay. It was the lost campaign. It was the lost campaign, lost invention of Muhammad Ghajini against the Somnath. He blunted the holy place Somnath. Okay. He blunted Somnath temple in 1024 AD. Yes, the ideal, the Somnath ideal, the god ideal, it was broken by Ghajini. Okay. And after the blunting of Somnath temple, he went back by crossing that sand desert. Okay. He went back the crossing sand desert. It was the last attack. He did not return India hereafter. Okay. He did not return India hereafter. The last attack was Somnath blunting. Okay. That was the last campaign in India. Okay. The Ghajini's empire roughly included Persia, Transoxiana, Afghanistan and Punjab. Okay. Next we going to see Muhammad of Ghor. Muhammad of Ghori. Okay. Yes. Muhammad of Ghor. Yes. Muhammad of Ghor or Muhammad of Ghori. Okay. Yes. Started as a vassal of Ghajini but became independent after the death of Muhammad of Ghajini. Taking the advantage of decline of Ghajini empire, Muhammad of Ghori brought Ghajini under their control. Okay. Brought Ghajini. Ghajini is the place. It was ruled by Muhammad of Ghajini. Okay. Yes. Having made his position strong and secure at Ghajini. Okay. Having made his position strong and secure at Ghajini, he turned his attention to India. Okay. Unlike of Ghajini, he wanted to extend their empire by conquering India. Okay. So I already told you Ghajini, what is the main motive of Ghajini? Only plundering the wealth of India. He don't want to extend their empire in India. Okay. So unlike him, Ghori wanted to extend his empire by conquering India. Okay. 1075 Muhammad captured Multan and occupied the whole of it in the subsequent expectations. Okay. Yes. In 1086 he attacked Punjab and captured it. Okay. In 1075 he captured Multan. In 1086 he captured Punjab. Okay. Yes. Next we going to see the last one, the Battle of Tarain. The Battle of Tarain. I already told about that. Okay. Yes. In our last title is Battle of Tarain. Okay. The Hindu princes of North India formed confederacy themselves. Okay. Under the command of Prithviraj Chauhan. So Prithviraj rose to the occasion and defeated Muhammad of Ghori in the first battle of Tarain near Delhi in 1191 AD. Okay, so the first battle of Tarain near Delhi 1191 AD. Okay, in this first battle of Tarain, the Hindu kings formed themselves. Okay, formed themselves under the commander of Prithviraj Chauhan. So Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad of Ghori in the first battle of Tarain in 1191 AD. Okay, this was called the first battle of Tarain. To avenge this defeat, Muhammad made serious preparation. Okay, Muhammad of Ghori made serious preparation and gathered a huge army. He arrived with his large force in Lahore. Okay, he arrived with his large force in Lahore. Okay, yes, and he sent a message to Prithviraj asking him to acknowledge his supremacy. Okay, acknowledge his supremacy and became a Muslim. Okay, to acknowledge his supremacy and become a Muslim. But Prithviraj rejected the proposal and prepared his army to resist the invader. Okay, many Hindu kings and chieftains also joined him. Okay, yes, in the second battle of Tarain. Okay, but in 1192 AD, Muhammad thoroughly defeated and killed Prithviraj in the second battle of Tarain, 1192 AD. The second battle of Tarain was major disaster for the Rajputs. Okay, the political prestige suffered the serious setback. Okay, the whole Chauhan kingdom now lay at the feet of the invaders. Okay, lay at the feet of the invaders. Okay, the first Muslim kingdom was firmly established in India at Ajmer. Okay, so the first Muslim kingdom was firmly established at Ajmer. Okay, so it was the new era of the history of India. Okay, it was the new era of the history of India began. Okay, yes, after his victory over Prithviraj at Tarain, Muhammad returned to Ghazni to deal with the threat from the Turks and the Mongols. Okay, so after the victory over Prithviraj at Tarain, Muhammad of Ghori returned to Ghazni to deal with the threat of Mongols and Turks. Okay, after the death of Muhammad of Ghori 1026, his most capable general Qutbuddin Aibak, okay, his most capable general Qutbuddin Aibak, who had been left behind in India, took control of Muhammad of Ghori's territories. Okay, India, okay, yes, declared himself as the first Sultan of India. Qutbuddin Aibak declared himself as the first Sultan of India. So the battle of Tarain, the first battle of Tarain, all the Hindu kings joined themselves under the leadership of Prithviraj Chauhan. So in the first battle of Tarain, Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad of Ghori. Okay, after this defeat, Muhammad Ghori strengthened his army and returned back. Second battle of Tarain, 1192, he defeated and killed Prithviraj. Okay, so it was the new era of Indian history. The Muslim kingdom established through the second battle of Tarain. Okay, so after that, Ghori, his most capable general Qutbuddin Aibak took his control. Okay, he declared as the first Sultan of India. Okay, this lesson is over now. Do you clear the concept? Yes, students, read the lesson thoroughly and practice your new words. spell it correctly, pronounce it correctly. Okay, so this lesson book back one word is today's your homework. We will see the next video. Thank you.